I'm very sorry that I'm a bit late with part 4 and 5 of the tutorial. I've actually been down with a nasty cold. I was just out cold, out cold with a cold, for over a week. Didn't even crochet or anything. So I have caught up now. I'm still not quite ready for on-camera action. Hence the intro part here, just being me talking over this video of the my table runner. And so today I'm going to show you I did all the rows with you in the first 3 parts, 1 and 2 and 3, and now the parts 4 and 5 really are just mirroring what we had already done. So I just showed you the first 5 rows of each chart because I'm sure I'm going to show you here the first 5 rows of each part, because I'm sure by now that you know how to read the charts, and the charts were up on there like on time. It was just the videos that I didn't manage to do. So this is it then. These are the parts that we're doing today, 4 and 5, and then now next Friday, just in a few days, we have the final part 6, which is the border. Whoop, up, 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 So let's get to it. Okay, so finally off we go on chart number 4, part number 4 of the Queen Cal. So last time we did the big diamonds, and now it's again time to do the second part of the zigzag. So basically now for part 4 and then 5 here, we're just mirroring back what we did in parts 1 and 2, So for these parts, I'm not going to be doing these crazy long tutorials. I'm afraid I just don't have any more 3-hour ones in me, or I'm saving myself for the border. But I'm just going to show you the first few rows and the last rows and the transitions here in this little video for part 4 and 5 together, okay? But we were already really have started on the zigzag. If I show you here what we were doing last time. So we have finished, we're up to really, if you can see here, this is where we're up to. So we are up to this part here. So we were already started our zigzag, Zigzag. So today we start on row 142, and I'll be working on my table runner. Let's zoom in here a bit. And again, I'm doing my table runner with the, there we go, with the Stylecraft Classic Cotton DK, and using a 3.5 hook. But this is just what I'm using for my little table runner here. You can of course use any yarn you like for your blankets or table runners or whatever you are making with this pattern. So let's start with row 142. Oops, let's keep that in here, So this row starts with the border stitch, and then we have 4 single crochets that we start with. So let's just, and this is an even number row, so we are working with the pattern color B. So I start with the border stitch, and then it's 4 single crochets. Double, 3 singles, 1 double here, and then there are 2 singles and 1 double, and this is the part before we start the repeat for row 142. And now I'm going to show you the repeats, and that's 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double. Yeah, so I guess I'll be doing a bit of pausing and editing to not be coughing in the video. Sorry about that. Doing my best here. So 1 double here, 1 single, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, and then the double. So this here is the repeat for row 142. Oops, didn't finish my double there. I'm gonna do my second repeat. Okay, I've done 2 repeats here, and then for the bit after the repeats, 1 single, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and then there's 4 single crochets at the end of the row, just as at the beginning, and we finish with the double with the border stitch at the end of the row. Cut the yarn and whoop-a. So this here is then how row 142 looks like. On to 143, and now we're using the main color A, which I'm using turquoise here. And as always, we start with the border stitch at the beginning of the row. And now we have 3 double crochets. Two singles, 2 doubles, 2 singles, 1 double, and 2 singles here before we start our repeat. Okay, on to the repeat for row 143. We do 1 double crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double here, and then 3 single crochets on the top of the big diamond, and then 1 double here, 2 singles, 1 double, and 2 singles. Okay, so then where did we start? Yeah, this here is then the repeat for row 143. I'm gonna do the second repeat. Okay, the repeats all done, and then to the part after the repeats, that's 1 double crochet, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and finish with 3 double crochets here at the end of the row, exactly like we started it. And then the border stitch at the end of the row. Opa. So this is what row 143 looks like. Okay, on to row 144. And now we start here with the border stitch and 3 single crochet stitches. One double, 3 single, 1 double, 2 single crochets. And then there's 1 double and 1 single. So this is the bit before we start the repeat. Onto the repeat, we do 2 more single crochets. So that's 3 in a row here. And then we do 1 double, 2 single, 1 double, 2 single, 1 double. So here we're at the peak of our big diamond. Whoop. 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, and 1 double and 1 single. So this here is then the repeat for row 144. I'm gonna continue and do my second repeat. Okay, repeats all done. And then to the bit after the repeats, we do 2 single crochets. So that's a total of 3 here in a row. 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, whoopa, and 3 singles, and then the border stitch. What's happening here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, whoopa. So that's row 144. On to row 145. We start with the border stitch, and then we do 3 double crochets, two singles. See, now we're going to bring it back in. 2 doubles into the 2 doubles from the second to last row. 2 singles, 1 double, and 2 singles. So this is the bit before we start the repeat. On to the repeat for 145. I had to undo a bit here because now we have to pay a bit of attention. This is the part where it doesn't really lead you on exactly, because we're going into the zigzags, and sometimes you have 2 double crochets in a row and sometimes you have 1. So we start with a double crochet, and then we do 2 single crochets and 2 double crochets. Two single crochets, 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, 2 singles, and 2 doubles. And then it's 2 single crochets. So this here then is the repeat for row 145. I'm gonna do the second repeat. Here are the 2 doubles in a row, and then around the top of the big diamond is a double, single, double, 2 singles here, and then again the 2 doubles and 2 singles here. So that's the repeats done. And for the bit after the repeats, we do 1 double crochet, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 2 doubles, split a bit, yeah, and then it's 2 singles, and we finish with 3 double crochets. And the border stitch. Opa. So this is row 145. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more row with you here, guys, of chart 4, and start that by reminding you to move up your stitch markers always, so that it's easier to see where your repeats are. Go to row 146, so that's the 5th row here of this chart 4, and we're working with color B, and we start with the border stitch, and then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches and 1 double down, and 1, 2, 3 single crochets and 1 double down, and 2 single crochets here and 1 double. So this is the bit before we start our repeat. We see now here with a stitch marker that the repeat is starting in the next stitch. Okay, on to the repeat. We're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 double, 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4 singles, sorry. 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and 4 single crochets and 1 double here. So this here is the repeat for row 146, and I'm going to do the second repeat. And the reason why I'm not doing any more rows with you here, guys, because I already done what, 141 rows with you, and I just trust that by now, when you work the first 3 charts, that you have really mastered how to read my very user-friendly charts and will be good to go for the rest of it. I'm going to continue crocheting my bit and see if there's a row that I get confused at, then I will sit down again and show that to you. But I think the most important part is to remember that we are now mirroring back what we have already done here. So if in doubt, do check out what you did here before, and you can always just turn that around, yeah, like this. So this will look exactly the same now, the second part, as the part 4 as in part 2. Okay, enough blabbering. I have to at least finish this row. So for the repeat the part after the repeat for row 146, and we do 1 single crochet, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and 4 single crochets. Cut the yarn after the border stitch and whoopa. Okay, so that's row 146. That's the 5th row on our chart 4. All done. Okay, so here I have finished chart 4. Remember, we started here with chart 4 and did all the zigzags, and up to here now I finished row 188, which was the last row of chart 4, and I'm going to show you the first 5 rows of chart 5, the final part, the final chart. And so obviously you have to be thinking about which version and which size you are following and do the repeats according to that. But for the simple version, then the repeats start actually after row 192. So I'm going to show you the first row of the repeat part as well. Okay, so row 189, which is the first row of chart 5. And we start with the border stitch as always, and do 2 double crochets, and 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles and 1 double. And this is the part. No, we have more to go here before we get to the repeats. It's 2 double again, so it's 3 double here total, and then it's 2 singles. Okay, so this is the part before we get to the repeat, and the repeat is 1 double crochet, 2 singles, 3 doubles, and now we're, as you can see, we're back into the small diamonds as we were in part 1, so it's really easy peasy now. It totally leads you on. I'm not even looking at the chart at all. Okay, 3 doubles, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 3 doubles, and 2 singles. So this here is the repeat for row 189. I'm gonna do my second repeat. Okay, yeah, but those 2 singles here was the last part of the second repeat, and then for the bit after the repeats, there's 1 double crochet, 2 singles, 3 doubles, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, and 2 doubles, and the border stitch at the end of the row. Get my scissors, snippity snap, pull your yarn through, and whoopah. There we go. That's row 189. I'm getting a bit better. I'm feeling a bit better. I'm doing my whoopas with more gusto. Yeah, 189 done. I'm gonna do 4 more just to show you the start of chart 4. No, 5, sorry. On to row 190. If you're doing the small version, then we are close to the end because it's a total of 223 rows, so you're really getting there. So 190, that's an even number row, so we are doing our color B, and we start with the border stitch and do 2 single crochets, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 5 singles, and 1 double. So this here is the bit before we start the repeat. And then we're gonna do the repeat. That's 1 single, 1 double, 5 singles. But again, here when we're back in the easy peasy, lovely small diamonds, it's so easy and it really leads you on. You don't really have to think at all. Narrating still, the 5 singles, then there's 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, another 5 singles, 1 double, and that's it for the repeat. Here we go. That's the repeat for row 190. I'm going to do my second repeat. And yeah, I know there are not probably even many of you that are going to need to watch this at all. But just to be sure, I wanted to show you at least the first few rows of each chart, just so that, well, I did promise to hold your hand. Here I am, holding your hand. I'm getting so much better, actually. Cracking jokes and everything. It's been a nasty cold, dear Lord. Been down for a week. Although one is just happy that it's just cold now these days, right? Less blabber, more crochet, finish the second repeat. And now to the bit after the repeat. And we're going to do 1 single, 1 double, 5 singles, and 1 double. Oops. Two singles, 1 double, and 2 singles. And the border stitch, snippety snap. Whoop. Hoppa. So this here is row. It's getting so long, the table runner. I'm like, there we go. Row 190. All done. On to row 191. That's main color A again. You start with the border stitch, and we're just going to do 1 double crochet here, and then it's 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, and 5 doubles in a row here, where we did our 5 single crochets in the last row. And 3 single crochets here over the top of the other diamond there. And yep, I have surpassed. Yeah, so it was the border stitch, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 5 double crochets, and 1 single crochet here. This is the bit before we start the repeat. And we continue and do 2 more single crochets. That's 3 in a row there, and 5 doubles. Three singles, 5 doubles. That's the repeat here in this row. Just again and again. And 1 single crochet here to finish the repeat. So this here is the repeat for row 191. I'm going to continue and do the second repeat. Okay, that's the repeats all done. Now to the bit after the repeats, the end of the chart. You do 2 single crochets, so that's a total of 3 here in a row, and 5 double crochets. And 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, and 1 double, finishing off like we started the row. And then there's the border stitch as always. And whoopah. There we go. That's row 191 for you. On to row 192. That's an even number of rows. We're using the pattern color B. And we start with the border stitch at the beginning of row, and then it's just one single crochet and then one double crochet, 2 singles, 1 double, and 7 single crochets here over all the turquoise. Yeah, that's the bit before the repeat. And now we start the repeat. That's 1 double crochet, 7 singles. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then again 1 double and 7 singles. Very easy peasy, you guys. Yeah, I'm already into the second repeat. Yeah, so the last stitch of the repeat was the single crochet. So here you go. This is the repeat here. 1 double, 7 singles, 1 double, 7 singles, and now I'm gonna do my second repeat. Like I said, this part is so easy that I don't even like not watching the chart at all, and so I get even lost where one repeats and another one starts, because this really leads you on. We're just back to the basic diamond grid, and it's all just straight, how do you say this in English? Straight road ahead. Yeah, that's the second repeat done. And then to finish it off after the repeats, then I do 1 double crochet, 7 singles, sorry. One double, 2 singles, 1 double, 1 single, and the border stitch at the end of the row. Okay, that's row 198. I'm just going to show you the chart here quickly, because we're getting up to the repeat bit of the pattern. If you're doing it larger than the standard small size, if you're doing the small size, then you just follow the chart exactly and do a total of 223 rows according to the chart. But if you are doing it larger, then this is the part here that's coming up. Rows 193 to row 208 is the bit that you repeat. Yeah, so then you can just this is to make it longer. Yeah, so I'm going to do the first row here with you, and then you would just continue and go up to 208, and then go back to 193 and again to 208. I can't remember how many repeats it is actually. It's all in the pattern. I think it's like 2 extra or something, but yeah, it's in the pattern, you guys. But just to show you how the repeat works. So normally this is the repeat that we're working on our width, and then this is the repeat for the length. Okay, let's just continue here straight on to 193, which is the last row that I'm going to show you here today. And then you just continue with the chart, which I know you have gotten all under control by now. Oh yeah, at this part I like to move the stitch markers, because I love putting them here, because it's so appropriate to have them in these, right? Always moving your stitch markers up every, I don't know, I do it every 10 rows or so, or 16. Okay, stitch markers in place. Yarn is ready. Go, go, go. I don't know if you noticed, but it's been a couple of days between when I filmed what I was doing for chart 4 and chart 5. So I'm obviously in better spirits, which is great. But still, you know. Yeah, border stitch. 1 double crochet. We're doing 193. This is the last row I'm showing you guys. Oh my god, this has been a marathon, hasn't it been? 2 singles. Now we're gonna bring our diamonds back in again, yeah? And then 1 double. Oop. 2 singles. And again, 5 double crochets. And we do 1 double crochet. No, 1 single crochet. This is the bit before we do the repeat, and then the repeat starts, and we're going to do 2 single crochets. That's 3 in a row there, and 5 double crochets. This is really the repeat for the whole of this row. 3 and 5. That's the magic number. Okay, 5 doubles, 3 singles, 5 doubles, and 1 double. So then this here is the repeat for row 193. And then we do 2 singles more. Yeah, I'm gonna just continue and do my second repeat. Don't need to narrate that. I don't know if you can hear my sons here in the background. They're supposedly supposed to be quiet, but school's actually closed again, so they're back home, and well, we just all make do, don't we? Just do our best. Can't be shushing them all the time. I hope it doesn't bother you if you can hear them a bit in the background there, yeah? Just thank God they're so big. Being home with toddlers, that's a challenge. Mine are so big, they're 10 and 13, so I just put them to cleaning. Put them to good use. Yeah, that's the repeats done. And then after the repeats, we do 2 more single crochets. That's 3 in a row there. And then it's 5 doubles. And 2 singles. 1 double. 2 singles and 1 double. Okay, and then there's the border stitch. Snippity snap. Oh my god, I can't believe we're getting to the end of these seemingly endless tutorials of whoopa! La 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 la. So this is row 193. Then you just continue with your chart. If you're doing the larger version, then you repeat rows 93 to 208. And then continue up to 223. I'm going to continue with mine, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I finished. Okay? That's it, guys. Well done, Tina. I have finished the rest of the chart. And as you can see here in the end, after you finish the last line of the last row of the chart, then you work 1 row of single crochet, working it into both loops of the stitch, just to get the same look here at the end. Sorry about that shadow. As we have here in the beginning, you see, because there we have the foundation row, so we want it to look as close as possible. So that's it then. Part 4 and 5 all finished. Woohoo! Next up, blocking. Okay, so when I'm using natural fibers, like I usually do, like here I'm using cotton, then it does wonders to block it. And so, just to show you quickly, I just wet it really well with warmish water, not like scorching hot, obviously. And if you have wool or silk, well, silk you should do with actually cold water. And with wool, you have to take care that it's not too hot because then it will be felted. So just wet it all the way through, like I've done here now. And then you want to, oh, I always forget this word in English. It's a word that's like, what is it? It sounds like something else. Ring it. It's like ringing a phone call, yeah. So you ring it, but when you do, don't do it. I'm actually holding my phone here, but you know, just do it like this, like squeezing it, not, you know, ringing it like fuerte, you know, too harshly, because then the fibers will go, you know, you don't want it. You want to treat it gently, you guys. So yeah, squeeze it a bit like this, so you get most of the water out, and then to the next phase, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so phase 2 of blocking, after you wet it very nicely, then you're going to lay it down on something. I use this old like camping mattress, and I like that as well because then I can use the corners and the straight lines of it to work with, you see. And at this point, your piece, again, if it's natural fibers, I'm not really sure about acrylic, so I don't tend to use that. But at this point, your piece is extremely adaptable, because natural fibers, when you wet them, then they are just like, well, clay in your hands. That's something you say in English as well. Well, it's very, they're very, how do you say this? Yeah, they're adaptable, and they're just helping. They're open for suggestion. So then I will line it up like this, and at this point, you know, do give yourself some good time to, you know, do it. You know, it's all these little things that matter. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to use here. I have these blocking pins, which are really fucking amazing. I love these. I just discovered these like not even a year ago, like this year, something good in 2020. I just got these at a local yarn shop, and I'm sure you can order them online. They're called blocking pins, and so these are really helpful. And then you will need to do, like, for example, here at the end, you see, because where you have our single crochet here versus the double crochets, it will want to go a bit like whoop whoop. And then, I didn't clean my floor here before we started, so let's focus on the crochet. So at this point, you can really tug at it a bit and really make it all straight and nice. I'm going to show you what it looks like after I've finished putting my blocking pins in. Okay, there you go, blocking pins all in. And at this point also, I would like to, you see the heart here, I will sometimes try and like make it a bit more smooth, those lines, if I can. Pull this a bit out here, this one too, this one here too. Because when you're working again with natural fibers, like every little thing that you do at this stage, really, and then you let it dry, it will hold perfectly like that. So, and then once I finish with this, then I will actually, I don't know what your living situation is, but here in Iceland we all have radiators. How do you say it? Radiators, yeah, calefacción. So these hot things with hot water in them. So I will pop mine onto the radiator, and then it's relatively quick to dry, which I need because I have to get cracking, yeah. But yeah, definitely, I really can strongly advise you guys to do blocking. It takes it's a bit of extra, but it's really where the magic happens, and takes your piece from being, you know, good to professional and great. Was that selling it? Block, block, block.